Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about something that many people don't like to talk about openly, that is pornography. It is a hidden battle. Many people may look fine from outside. They go to church, they study, they work, they have friends, they post pictures on social media. But behind every closed doors, some are fighting a private battles with pornography. And the painful thing is that many people are fighting alone. Pornography is not simply about watching something on a screen. It is slowly affect our thoughts, our relationship, our understanding of love, and most importantly, our relationship with God. Jesus said clearly in Matthew chapter 5 verse 28, anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Jesus is teaching us the purity is not only about what we do physically, it is about what we allow to live in our hearts and mind. Today, pornography is easily accessible with just a phone and an internet connection. A person can enter a world that can become extremely difficult to escape from. And sometimes it begins very innocently. Someone says, I am curious, I'm just curious. Then curiosity becomes a habit. The habit becomes a temptation. And eventually, the person feels trapped. One of the greatest danger of pornography is that it can change the way we see people. Instead of seeing another person as someone created in God's image, we can begin to see them as object for our own pleasure. But Bible teaches us that every human begins his identity because we are created by God. Pornography can also create unrealistic expectations about relationship, marriage, and sexuality. Real relationship requires patience, they require communication, they require sacrifice, commitment, respect, and genuine love. Pornography does not teach us these things, it teaches us to consume. And that is why we must be careful. But I also want to say something very important. If you are struggling with pornography, don't believe that you are beyond God's grace. Your struggle does not mean that God has abandoned you. Your failure does not mean that your story is finished. There is forgiveness in Christ, there is freedom in Christ, and there is power to change. 1 John chapter 1 verse 9 says, if we confess our sin, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sin and purify us from all unrighteousness. So what should we do now? Firstly, be honest with God. Stop hiding. Come before God and say, Lord, I'm struggling. I need your help. Secondly, remove the things that lead you into temptation. If certain accounts, website, application, or social media content are consistently triggering you, don't be afraid to remove them. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5 verse 30, if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off. Jesus was using strong language to show how seriously we should deal with sin. Thirdly, don't fight alone. Find a matured and trustworthy Christian pastors, counselors, or mentor who can walk with you. There is strength in accountability. And finally, fill your mind with the things of God. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 tells us to think about things that are true, honorable, pure, lovingly, and commendable. We cannot simply say, I will stop thinking about pornography. We need to replace unhealthy thoughts with something better. Spend time in prayer, read the Bible, serve others, build healthy relationship, keep your mind occupied with things that bring you closer to Christ. And remember this, you are not your temptation. You are not defeated by your past. You are not defined by your failures. If you belong to Christ, your identity is found in Him. So if you are secretly struggling today, don't give up. Bring your struggle into the light. Ask God for strength. Take practical steps. Seek help. And keep walk with Christ, because freedom, many not always happened one moment, but every step of obedience matters. The battle may be difficult, but you don't have to fight it alone. Christ is stronger than your temptation, stronger than your addiction, and stronger than your past. So today, choose purity, choose truth, choose accountability, and above everything else, choose Christ. Thank you, and may God strengthen you in all the paths and all the decisions of your life. God bless you all.